Broadcasting Network (ABN) is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
10039 Business Street, Suite 338, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 346-426-5650 or 832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
Well, life to you may be different from life to me. The way I see life most of the time is different from the way you see life. Sometimes life is good. Other times, well, maybe not so good. And this is why many times we need someone to talk to, someone to listen to us without judging us. And this is a program that is designed exactly for that purpose, where we can talk, chat, laugh, and sometimes cry together. Come on, let's talk over our matters. Let's discuss the matters of life and find solutions together. This is Eshman. Our program is now going to be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I need you to join in. We need to talk together. You will have the opportunity to call in, ask questions, discuss matters that concern your heart, and I guarantee you, you'll be glad that you talked. I'll be waiting on you Tuesday, and on Wednesday, and on Thursday. Eshman will be waiting for you. Hello everyone, and so good to know that you're there. All right, this is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman, and it's such a wonderful thing to know that this program is making so much impact, and I'm so glad about that. We get a series of texts every day. People reach out to us, particularly after each program, to tell us how impactful it is. I really, really appreciate all those of you that do that, and those of you silent watchers, thank you as well. It's just that I want all of us to put efforts together. What we do on this program is not in any way talking about selfish matters. We just want homes to be happy. We just want to contribute our little token to the fact that the society can be better for everyone. Hey, join in the race. Join in this fight against domestic violence. The next violence could be someone close to you. It could be someone close to you. And this is why you and I can't afford to look the other way. There are so many things that cause domestic violence. The reality of it is that domestic violence is with us, and it really doesn't have to be. Hey, everybody came to this world as strangers first and foremost, and later we started liking one another, and some people took it extra to get engaged with one another. If you now realized at some point in your life that you made a mistake by the person you got, or you did not take your time, or you did not look at some things, or you did not see some things, my friend, it is never too late to back off. Although my watchword has always been, do everything within your power to make your relationship work. There are times that it may look like it's not working. Still try. Just try. But when it's getting to the level where you know there is nothing to do anymore, you've done virtually everything and nothing seems to be working, well, maybe at that time you can go your separate ways rather than going physical with one another, rather than wishing the other person dead. You know, there are some things that we can avoid. There is no shame about it. What is shameful is if you killed someone unintentionally. Some of those things, legally, they call them manslaughter. You understand? I mean, when you killed someone unintentionally, why do you want to ever get yourself to that level when you can walk away from the trouble? Some things are not necessary. Some things can be avoided. You can look away from some things. Domestic violence is one of those things. I understand the temptations. I understand how annoying partners could be sometimes. I understand how frustrated people could get sometimes. But hey, whatever you're looking at, there is no justification to go physical on anyone. Absolutely no justification. And that, my friend, is the truth. When you are getting to a level where you want to go physical with anyone, that is a point to go your separate ways. Now, going separate ways is not the end of the matter. People could actually come back. People do come back. But then they would have realized their errors. They would have realized the things they should have done better. And I want you to take a cue from that. Listen, every day today we hear of people beating themselves, people destroying themselves, people destroying property, and people killing themselves in the name of love. How ironical that is when love begins to kill. Listen, the fact that you walked out of a relationship does not make you a failure. And I do not want you to see yourself as a failure. As a matter of fact, you took a bold step, a step that 1,000,001 other people couldn't take. So if you have to work out on a relationship to save a life, it is worth it. Some that don't understand may mock you, they may laugh at you, they may even talk about you in unpleasant ways. Hey, that doesn't make you a failure. Listen, kudos to you because you took a bold step that a lot more people couldn't take. If you gave me an opportunity of either walking out of a relationship or getting involved in domestic violence, I would rather say take a walk. Hey, he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. And that's the truth. If there are arguments between you and your partner, if there are misunderstandings, situations that are unpalatable, and you walk away, you only live to talk again another day. But if you went all out to go physical and one died, well, that is the end of the matter for the one that died. And the one that lives also will answer the question of what happened. I'll tell you a fact, and this is a real fact. When you go physical with someone, you wouldn't know how hard you would push and they could hit their head and die. I would always say it, and this is a fact. Most people that kill in the name of domestic violence never intended to kill. And that is the truth. Majority of these killings were done out of anger and mistakes, misjudgment, miscalculations. So thinking that you just want to teach her a little lesson could mean something else entirely. You should rather not get involved. Listen, if this is all I had to say tonight, the sincere truth is, I believe the job is done. Let it sink deep. The society is getting really very bad because every day you flip the news, you flip the news, and you flip the news. There are gory tales. Now, domestic violence just don't only end rather in the confinement of the family. What about the children raised as a result of unsettled homes? I'm sure you heard the case in America of the trans that killed some people recently, just a few days ago. You see, things are happening. And one by one, we need to find a way to tackle them. We cannot pretend like these don't concern us. Maybe I should scare you a little. A lot of killings that be done in America have been in schools with kids that know nothing, being killed just by some disgruntled people. Supposing it was your own kid that was in that school, don't you think it's time for us to talk about some things so that some things could be corrected? If you and I will join, we align with some of us, and let's fight together this issue of domestic violence. It could save a life. It could help someone. But keeping quiet, who does it help? No one. And so I am physically, literally challenging you tonight that it is time for you to speak out. Speak out against domestic violence. Now, when someone has killed someone, it is always a huge news, always a big one. Everybody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to let it go. But the reality of the matter is, before a man would kill his wife or vice versa, there would have been some underlying factors. There would have been some things that they must have been battling with. Little disagreement here and there. Those are the things I like to talk about on my show. If we can address these little things that will eventually lead to people beating and killing themselves, then surely there'll be less and less of domestic violence. And by this, I want to appreciate some of you, a lot of you that keep giving us your stories to talk about so that others could take a cue and learn from your missteps, misdeeds, and your miscalculations. It's such a good thing to tell people that I have been here and you can learn from me. Those of you that still have stories to tell us, oh, please, by all means, do call, do send text, do send email, do get in touch with us, because your mistake could be a saving tool for someone's life. The time for us to speak out is here. The time for us to encourage one another is here. Now, for tonight, I personally, we believe strongly that there is no child of mistake. No, there is not one child of mistake at all. Every baby that has been born has a purpose, has a reason. The mistake comes when these children are neglected. So there are two different things. While I'm not encouraging just randomly giving birth to children, I still somehow believe that saying some children are children of mistakes is too much, it's too strong a word. And I will never align to that. I could subscribe to unplanned kids that were not planned for. Now, that don't make them children of mistakes. They were just not planned for. But the minute they've been given birth to, everybody must rally around to try and raise them up. The mistake comes when they are neglected. And kids that are neglected, how do they behave? They terrorize the society. So for us to have less and less terrors, as it were, in the society, it is time for us to talk about it. Now, I'm going to be opening my topic immediately after a very short break. We go on a break right now, and when we return, we start it, we hit the ground running. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide.
BSA Procurement and Logistics Services. Ship to USA from Niger, or ship from Niger to USA, and also to Canada. Individual, small business, corporate establishments, and African stores and restaurants. Ship anything at all. USA office 12202 Bishop Street, Houston, Texas 77072. Telephone 832-614-8984 or 281-741-4829. Email info@bsaprologueservice.com or www.bsaprologueservice.com. BSA Procurement and Logistics Services. You are the reason we exist. If you are interested in healthcare field, Big Sis Medical Institute can help you get there. A Texas board certified institute specialized in certified nursing assistant program. Our program lasts for 5 weeks, which includes hands-on training with professional trained instructors and on-site clinical practical in-state approved nursing facilities. We also provide morning and evening classes. Big Sis Medical Institute can help place graduates in great job environment and is proud of providing services for more than a decade. Please call us at 281-497-8787-8446 or 281-757-6621. Email us at bigsixmedicalinstitute@gmail.com or come visit us at 2215 Highway 6 South, Houston, Texas 77077. Come, let us make your dream a reality. Marriage-based green card, family petitions, VAWA or green card based on marital problems and abuse, employment-based green card, naturalization, immigrant visa application, asylum, born hearing visas visa. Samuel Agosha Law Firm, 10039, Bison Street, Suite 337. Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 832-427-6224. Samuel Agosha Law Firm. Let us fight for you. If it is branding, printing, and graphics design, let us undo it for you. Daystar International is an household name when it comes to office branding, car branding, stock branding, church pamphlet, signs, and banners. We also do business cards, flyers, mugs, t-shirts, embroideries, buttons, and stickers. Let the professional handle your branding, printing, and graphic design needs. Design Star International, 14165 Bison Street, Houston, Texas 77083. Telephone 347-500-7328. IG Daystar_International_prints or www.daystarinternational.com. Daystar International. We print, brand, and do graphics for the world. Daystar International. Check us out. Daddy Autos. Daddy Autos. Car sales, car repair, body works, title services, record services, insurance claims, and vehicle inspections. Call us now at 832-759-3324. Don't forget, free oil change when you make 2 synthetic oil change visits. The third is free. Daddy Autos, 9815 Honeywell Street, Houston, Texas 77074, or at www.daddyautos.com or info@daddyautos.com. Daddy Autos, best in auto repair.
All right, welcome back. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman. All right, I'm going to be starting tonight with a text message as received, and that's where we're going to be. From the program we had yesterday, one of my viewers sent this, and he would want us to start from here today. Again, don't forget what I've said. I personally don't believe that there's any child of mistake, but when we don't take care of those children, that's when the problem would always arise. The fact that people are baby mamas, baby daddies, really does not make them the devils. What makes you a bad man is when you have a child that you don't want to take care of. That is bad. All right. Let's look at this, and this is where we're going to be starting from. American rapper Jane Pollard, popularly known as Bobby Schmurder, or I believe a lot of us know that, as we know him rather, has revealed how he shot like shooting. He shot 13 people and also sold drugs since age 12. The rapper revealed he did all this before going to prison for 6 years. All right. Bobby Schmurder also revealed that he has been able to turn his life around and is now an entrepreneur. He wrote me explaining how I shot 13 people, sold drugs since 12, 6 years of prison, and so much more. I've managed to turn my life around and become the entrepreneur that I am today. All right, blah, blah, blah. Now, he's just one of those people that we can celebrate. What I mean by celebrating him is the fact that he was able to turn his life around. All right, but many other people are never able to turn their lives around. But that's not my key point. My key point is this. He started selling drugs at the age of 12. And he has shot 13 people before he went to prison. He started selling drugs at the age of 12. Here is a challenge. And don't forget, we started on Tuesday by talking about the baby mamas. We talked yesterday about the guys that will just randomly impregnate ladies and take a walk. Today, we're rounding it up. All right. Now, for a child to start selling drugs at age 12, and a lot more people are doing it right now, where were the parents? To sell drugs, right, you probably have to go out, look for them, look for the people to sell to, go wherever they are, go distribute whatever you're distributing. Where did this boy tell his parents that he was going to? How many nights did he spend out to be able to sell drugs to people? But more importantly, where were the parents when this guy was out at night selling drugs to random people on the road? And this is what I am saying. Raising children goes beyond just giving birth to them. Giving birth to children can be done by anybody, just about any man. And that's just a fact, except whoever has a challenge. But just about any man can give birth to children. Raising, however, takes a man that is responsible. And so the fact that you're a baby daddy or you want a child, don't just end it by giving birth to that child or to the children. You must go a step further by being in their lives. Apparently, a child of 12 years that is selling drugs or doing drugs probably is missing some parental care. Remember yesterday, I referred you to Tupac himself, all right, in his the album titled Dear Mama, where he was eulogizing his mama. But then when he got to the dad, he said, look, even when the guy died, he didn't have to cry. That why will he cry for a stranger? The guy was just not there. They just didn't see him as a father figure. Men, you have a lot of roles to play. The child of 12 years old that is selling drugs should be your business. You can't afford to let your child out when he's still so young and doing what? You need to have an idea of his friends. You need to have an idea of where he goes to at night. Are you getting it now? So it's not just enough to have a child just because you can have a child. Every child that you're giving birth to, you must have a plan to bring them up well. Fine, you gave birth to them without a plan. Now that they're here, you can still have a plan. You can still draw a plan. The truth of the matter is that the less you have from different people, the better. If you want your life well structured, don't just donate here, here, here. No, narrow down all your escapades. Narrow them down and make them few, so that at least you can check on your children. You can be a father figure to them. A child of 12 years old selling drugs is no longer new. A child of 13, 14 taking weed is no longer big news. People do it, kids do it. But why are they doing it? Because there are no parents to check on them. See, when you want to populate the world without planning to raise them up, you are actually destroying the world. So, of what benefit to the world is a 12-year-old boy that can control a gun? Of what benefit is to the world is a 12-year-old boy that is selling drugs? And pretty much, it's not the fault of the boy. The boy is only doing what he has been told, what he has been directed to do. It is the problem of the parents. So, you fathers that like to just give birth here, give birth here, give birth here, and becomes a baby daddy times 10, how many of them are you effectively raising up? How many of them are you effectively directing, monitoring, or seeing the things happening to them? The society is worse off because we have too many people that are not cared for by their own fathers. I was able to tell you yesterday, though not all mothers, but most mothers haven't given birth to children. We still want to be around them. We still want to guide them. We still want to be there for them. But the influence of the mothers alone can never be enough. Look at all the singers, most of them, particularly the rappers in those days. They would always praise their mama. Where is the father? Look at Biggie. Biggie had an album for the mother. You understand? Thursday, birthdays was the worst days. I don't want to rap. I can't rap. All right. Tupac Shakur had an album for the mother. But where were the fathers? Nowhere. And that has been the American style. Just to give birth to the baby, and the daddy does what? Goes away. So don't be that irresponsible man. You can make love without making children, if it gets to that. So giving birth and just having 6 women, 8 women to be your baby mamas, I don't know what trophy they give you doing that. I don't know what to get doing that. I don't know who rewards that. So if you're not getting much from that, then don't do it. Don't give birth to children that you will not have time to raise. What do you think? How do you think the society can correct this? What can we do? How important is the problem of fathers giving birth to children that they will not be in their lives? What can they do? How can we stop this? Or what can the women do to ensure that they are not going to play victim of becoming another baby mama to a man that is just not going to be responsible? I'll be opening up the phone lines tonight, and I do want us to call in so that we can have a good time together. 346-426-5650. That is 346-426-5650. Or 336-456-3800. That is 336-456-3800. What do you know? How do you know it? Now, you can begin to call. I'll pick your calls, okay? Now, a friend of mine told me that he drives Uber. He picked up a couple of schoolgirls, and when they entered into the car, young girls in their junior high, you know, it was when they entered the car that he found out that they left school just to go shoplift in a store. Now, the question is, In those days, I don't know what happens these days. Some good mothers still do it. In those days, you brought something home, somebody would be asking you, where did you get this from? But these days, nobody seems to be asking no question. And so young folks bring stuff home, nobody's questioning them. And guess what? They're going to bring home more and more. They can only be stopped and be corrected if someone is playing that checks and balancing role in their lives. And this role is very crucial. The father has to play that role. The mother alone can never effectively, fully play that role. And so when you have a kid and you do not know their whereabouts, certainly there must be something wrong somewhere. These days, it is so common to see 16-year-old mothers, 17-year-old mothers, girls that should still be children themselves, giving birth to children. Hey, what is happening? Parents need to stand up. Hey, don't get me wrong. Again, I am not even castigating anybody for having children. No, I don't have that power. I don't have that right. If you like, give birth to as many as you like, but make sure you're giving birth to what number you can effectively bring up. If it is only one that you can effectively raise well, limit yourself to one. There is nothing to be happy about when we have kids wandering the road and doing things that are breaking down the webs of the society. Every child must be given the opportunity to have the father figure. Even if you're not staying at the same house with a mama, you must still have an influence over your own children. You must still call them. You must still find out what they know. You must still find out where they've been. You must still find out who they're talking to. Come on, man. You're not a man because you can give birth to so many children. That's not what makes you a man. A real man is the one that brings up a responsible child. 346-426-5650, 336-456-3800. You can begin to call in and let's discuss this together. Now, it scares me when we hear that a 12-year-old boy is already distributing drugs. How did he get to that level? At least we heard from the rapper who said that was what he did. That was his life. He started distributing drugs at 12. The question is, who should be blamed? Should we blame the 12-year-old boy for doing that? Whichever way this boy got to start, whichever way that he came across drugs, somebody somewhere must have influenced him. The same way a good man could have influenced him to do the right thing. Children are born to be influenced. Positively or negatively, somebody is influencing them. Who should know better apart from the father? Who should know better apart from the daddy? And I hope those of you listening to me are going to share this to some fathers so that they can learn. Let's raise up the right kind of children in the society. That way the society is better. You can ask your son, a 12-year-old son, questions. He's likely to still answer. Your fear is in his mind. He fears you. But when you leave him on himself to do things by himself, surely these are the things that we're going to be having. A 12-year-old that is a drug dealer. So, you fathers, you need to pause a while and ask, what are you really doing? Is it more children you need, or to take care of the ones that you have given birth to? How is it possible for your 12-year-old to go out all night and nobody is asking a question? How is it possible that your 16-year-old girl will go out and go to unannounced places and nobody is asking a question? Children can be molded. They can be formed and reformed. They are flexible. Yes, if only someone will do the right job of molding them. If your child fell into the hands of some never-do-wells, your child is going to be a never-do-well. Because their mind is still so open, so transparent, anything that goes into that mind is what they will follow. And so when children are being given birth to, the journey has just started. The journey of raising a child does not end with giving birth to them. That, my friend, is the beginning of the hard job. The hard work of raising a child starts when that child is born. So you as a father, do not, never, don't walk away when a child is born. You're not just called a baby daddy. Don't bag that name. Limit it to daddy. You're somebody's daddy. And so you need to find out where your kids are. Help them. They also want to do well. No child wants to spend time in prison. No child wants to go to jail. But when they don't know better, what do you expect them to do? So the act of an unplanned child is different from the act of the planned child. So let's assume that you gave birth to this child unplanned. Now that the child is here, are you going to leave him wandering about? Are you going to leave him just on his own, in his own, to get to his own fate? Is that what you're going to be doing? No, that's not right. That's going to hurt the society so very much. You need to know where your kid is. And I'm asking you, those of you watching me tonight, some of you women, some of you men, do you know where your kids are? Where were they last weekend? What party did they go to? So caring for a child is extremely important, because those children, when they grow up, they're only going to give birth to their own likes. So when a child's life is molded, you're actually molding a generation, because they can only give what they have, and they can only have what they've been told. So if you're not advising your child right, someone somewhere is advising them wrongly. And so if a 12-year-old brain has been brainwashed, as we say it, to start doing drugs, he probably sees it as the right thing. But most likely, it wasn't the father that told him to do that. It wasn't his own father. I dare you, even if the father was a drug lord, he probably won't tell his 12-year-old boy to start that trade, because he's aware of the dangers in it. So someone somewhere took over the role of a father in that boy's life. Unfortunately, that person probably has some bad stuff to do in the society. You gave birth to your own child, tonight, look for them. Find out about where they are, search for them, speak to them and help them so that they can do some good for the society. The children that you have given birth to, and they are just there, not on the right path and just wandering about, honestly, it's easy to get them misled. This is Shine Life Matters with Eshman. Who am I speaking with, and where are you calling from?
Hi, Eshman. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Who am I speaking with, please?
Yeah, my name is Tayo. I'm calling from India.
All right. I'm from Indianapolis, right?
Yes, sir.
You're most welcome. A 12-year-old boy that is already selling drugs, who is at fault? The floor is yours, Tayo.
Well, for such a young guy who is not a teenager, selling drugs is really, really pathetic. The fault is not just the fault of the boy, it is the fault of the parents and the fault of the society. So in most cases, the parents might be selling drugs, or they might not, but their negligence might actually push the child to be into the wrong business. And don't forget, the society that the kids grew up into as well could actually influence their decision and their actions. So it's not just we can't just point it to the responsibility or to the fault of one person, but the parents, they actually have the major role to play in the life of their children. So the failure of the parents, like, let me say, the failure of the family leads to a bad society, and the bad society actually comes back to influence the children to be bad. So it's like a vicious cycle. So, it's the fault of the parents, it leads to a bad society after the child. So it moves round and round.
But do you know that even in a bad environment, successful people come out from there? That is, some children could still grow up to be extremely good, extremely successful, even in the midst of a bad environment. Who molded them? Who did that good job?
I agree with you. The parents actually have a major role to play, like I said earlier. Very, very vital role to play. But at the same time, the child himself has a role to play in his or her life too. But
a 12-year-old child, Tayo?
Yes, sir.
A 12-year-old child, what role does he have to play?
Well, like I said, if, like the Bible will say, I like to refer to that put your child in the way of the Lord, so that when he grows up,
so that's still the parents.
So it's still the fault of the parents. Like, so it's the responsibility of the parents.
Almost 100%.
As young as the child is, they need to like be impactful in the child's life, and they need to have like a view of what they want the child to be in future. So they would have put the child in the right path in order to model the child's thinking, the child's way of life, and the child's mentality into positivity.
Yeah, I really want to appreciate you. But before you go, I hate to say personally, I think, but the truth is a child cannot bring up himself. It's responsibility of some people to bring him up, right? Now,
absolutely.
Some people don't mind just giving birth, different women. What do you, is that a good thing? What do you think about that? Just accumulating baby mamas here and there. What do you think about that? That's your last question, then I will let you go.
Yeah. I would like to quickly refer to a song from my native country, it's by two songs by two same people, OYINLOLA and King Sunny Ade. So the two of them, they sang two songs together in the mid-80s. One is Choices, and the other one is Wait For Me.
Okay.
So the Choices is about you making choice about the number of children you want and what you want them to be. Like, it's a time to make a choice about the kind of life you want to live and the kind of life you want your child to live. So it is better to make the choice to make sure that we create a very good environment. It would be very irresponsible for any man to give birth to a child that he will never be responsible for. And when I say responsible starts from the first day the child is being given birth to. Not neglecting your responsibility as in the life of the child. Let us assume, let me give a very good example. Like, if you give birth to a child that you do not take care of at a very young age, it can lead to a future disability in the life of the child. Not just a physical disability, mental and psychological disability. And that is when you will see some child thinking in the wrong side of their senses, to be carrying on at a very tender age, to be shooting other people. So the care that the child needs at a very tender age as a baby goes beyond just giving birth to a child. Where the child lives, where the child stays, the kind of food the child eats, all these develop the mental capability and the mental health of such child. So if you are not ready, like the song says, if you are not ready, do not go there. There are so many ways to prevent a child being given birth to.
This is very powerful what you're saying, Tayo.
Do not go there.
I like what you've said, and in case you don't know, you've touched a lot of lives tonight. And I'm going to borrow that word. If you're not ready to handle, the rigor of raising children, don't attempt giving birth to them.
Yeah, don't damage anybody's life.
Yes.
You're damaging the life of the mother, you're damaging the life of the child.
And also damaging the society.
Yeah, you might not forgive yourself if you tend to realize that you have raised a child who you did not care for and is now a menace to the society. You will never forgive yourself.
I am so very glad you called tonight. I've learned a lot from what you've said, and I appreciate you a lot, Tayo. Hopefully, I will hear your voice again next week, all right? Have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Very soon, I'll be going on a short break, and Tayo has said a lot, and that is very, very important. And I would want all of us to learn that word. If you are not ready, why do you want to get there? Why do you want to do it? Hey, the 16-year-old listening to me tonight, the 16-year-old girl, are you really ready to be a mother? If you are not ready, don't even play around it. Let's go on a short break, and when we return, we'll conclude this whole episode. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide.
Increase your world. Get ahead. Invest in yourself. We make it easy for you at School of Business and Technology, SB Tech, by making you have a flexible schedule, fast career in database administration, human resources management, nursing assistance, project management, computer support tech, A+, GED, ESL. Our place, your place, in person also. 9888 Business Street, Suite 460, Houston, Texas 77036. Call now at 713-808-9728 or 281-777-5822. Visit us at www.sbtech.education. SB Tech Job Placement Assistance is available. Organic fruits, vegetable and skimmed non-fat milk extracted by an expert with over 38 years of combined experience working with products in educational, cleansed and processed without adding additives such as sugar, coloring and preservatives. Paddy's Point organic fruit juice in yogurt bar, fresh, healthy and delicious. Our special juices includes green juice, energy booster, fission juice, recovery juice, regulator juice, rejuvenated juice, organic carrot juice, organic laxative juice, organic kidney cleanse. Our fresh made yogurt includes pineapple yogurt, banana yogurt, and coconut yogurt. Order now at 281-741-1037. True Grub Up, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. We also do delivery or walk-in at 3320 Highway C South, Suite D, Houston, Texas 77082. Check us out at www.paddyspoint.co. Paddy's Point organic fruit juice and yogurt bar. Fresh, healthy, and delicious. Sunrise African Supermarket has been in existence for a while now with everyday 5-star rating. All our customers love one-stop shopping experience. Come, see and buy your groceries with us. Sunrise African Supermarket, 12639 Big Street, Street, Houston, Texas 77099. Open Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sundays. Telephone 346-400-7772. Sunrise African Supermarket. Come, see and buy your groceries with us. Being at number one and authentic African cuisine has made us not to stop dishing out the best to our customers. Check out some of our delicacies and African food today. We also cater for both indoor and outdoor parties. Finger Licking Restaurant 2.0. Check our all-day coffee tea spots out. Open on Sunday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Thursday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We deliver with Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Drop Off. Finger Licking 2.0. 98178 Business Street, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 713-270-7070. Come for an authentic African cuisine. Welcome. This is God's Glory Enterprises, where you get goods in both wholesale and retails. Gari, elubo, egusi, ubiabata. Snails, ulinkuli, ugi baba, both white and yellow. Shredded stockfish, iruwuru, and many more. God's Glory Enterprises, 17130, Lishna Street, Suite 8, Houston, Texas, 77083. Open from 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Telephone 713-501-4910. Check out our clothing and cosmetics items, which is also at cheaper rate. God's Glory Enterprises, your neighbor African foods and clothing depots.
Jesus, 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 there is no other name.
Asu Rock African Market. We work hard to provide you with a wide selection of things you enjoy from Africa that are of the greatest quality. We are the premier African grocery store franchise in USA. African food products, meats, pastries, and hot and ready-to-eat meals. Check us out today at www.azurrockmarket.com. Open 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. 13711 Western Road, Suite A1, Houston, Texas 77077. Seamless, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Drop Up, and Postmates. Call us now at 832-990-7590. In-store shopping or in-store pickup and deliveries. Asu Rock African Markets. Catering and everyday entertaining.
Welcome back. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman, and I'm so glad to know that you are there. All right, 336-456-3800, 346-426-5650. If you would call in, I could still pick one or two calls. Now, starting from where Tyre stopped and what he said, extremely important, and this is going to be my very, very candid advice to everybody listening tonight. Just about anything you want to do, if you're really not ready, don't attempt it. All right? I am not in any way proposing just sleeping around indiscriminately, but then if you have to, you don't have to make babies. You don't have to make babies that you cannot care for. Nobody is saying don't make babies. So you need to find a way to, analyze my statement very well. For every child that you're making, you must be ready to care for them, because the child is also going to be influencing a lot more people in the society when they grow up. And what you're teaching them now is what they will grow up with. If you're not teaching them, somebody is going to take your place and start teaching them. Unfortunately, they could fall to the hands of wrong people. Are you getting it now? And those wrong people will start teaching them their own ways. And what does a child know? Everything that is shown to the child is the right thing. That is just a pure fact. No child really has a mind of their own to take decisions. Hey, that is why we call them minors. That's why we call them minors. So if a child is a minor really cannot decide for himself, think for himself, or do things really for herself. They would depend on those that are advanced to tell them. And this is where the parent comes in. If you have contributed in any way to the birth of any child anywhere, if you're listening to me tonight, take the responsibility of searching for them. Find out what is happening to them. Find out where they've been, who they're talking to. Find out how you can still model or remodel them. There are some things they've learned that they need to unlearn. You are the father. You are a man. And that's why you could give birth to them anyway. Hey, take bold steps. Stand up right now and search for your kids. If the words you're going to say to them is just do the right things, just take the right decision, it goes a long way coming from a father to a child. But when you pretend that they don't exist, hey, really, it's not good. It's destroying a lot of lives. Like Tyre said, the life of the mother is affected. The life of the child is affected. Even your life is affected. But the society is worse off for it. For every child that has been given birth to, they still can be useful in the society. If the people that gave birth to them can stand up and direct them. Look, children are like water flowing. They flow anywhere. But then, when they are guided and directed, they follow the channel. Good father, can they follow your channel? If you are a father, can they follow your channel? Can you channel them to the right direction? Can you do that? Listen, can you do that? Can you just do that little thing? Don't just leave them. It's not right. Some of these kids may end up in prison. Of course, we will blame them, but sincerely, they only acted what they were told as children. Today, you can correct the wrongs. You can help the society. You can look for the children that you have contributed in giving birth to, and you can start talking to them. Start by calling them. Start by talking to them. Start by directing them. Start by guiding them. You never can tell. They can still do very well. Do it before it is too late. On a final note, and I'm going to be saying this to everybody. Now, some of you may not understand the proverb that I'm about to give, but I will do my best to analyze it. When you caught a fish and you want to fold it, it is better to fold it when the fish is still wet. You can easily fold it. But when that fish is dry, when the fish is dead and dry, you can't fold it. If you attempt to fold it, it's going to snap. Children are like that. You can mold them. You can remold them when they're still young, when they're still tender. You can form them to whatever shape you want to form them to. But when they grow, you can't take what they've learned from them anymore. Tonight is that night. Where is your child? Or where are your children? This is hoping that the next time we talk, there will be good news in our mouth. I want to appreciate all those that worked with me at the studio tonight. Georgina Brako, Ehikowe Cho, Bukola Sarah, and our boss himself, Shino Ayo OYINLOLA. I am going to be leaving you with this question tonight, that where is your child? Or where are your children? What are they learning? And what did they learn? What are they doing? What are they going to do? It's never too late to be a father. Pick up your phone right now. Call your children and find out about them. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide. Good night, everybody.
About auto insurance, do you know the time and money you'll spend if you're caught? Why risk it? At Aegis Insurance, we have several insurance carriers to tailor your specific needs. We offer low rates on liability starting from $38 a month, For a 2 vehicle, $65 a month. No driver's license, no problem. We accept Texas IDs, passports, international driver's license, and expired driver's license. Pay 3 months in advance and save 20% on auto insurance. We offer discounts for switching over to AGs as well as good student discounts. Buy by phone, pay by phone. It's just that simple. It's our job to meet your needs when no one else can. So don't get caught driving without auto insurance. The law requires you to have liability. Call Aegis Insurance today for a free quote and start saving money.
Well, life to you may be different from life to me. The way I see life most of the time is different from the way you see life. Sometimes life is good. Other times, well, maybe not so good. And this is why many times we need someone to talk to, someone to listen to us without judging us. And this is a program that is designed exactly for that purpose, where we can talk, chat, laugh, and sometimes cry together. Come on, let's talk over our matters. Let's discuss the matters of life and find solutions together. This is Eshman. Our program is now going to be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I need you to join in. We need to talk together. You will have the opportunity to call in, ask questions, discuss matters that concern your heart, and I guarantee you'll be glad that you talked. I'll be waiting on you Tuesday, and on Wednesday, and on Thursday. Eshman will be waiting for you.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
10039 Business Street, Suite 338, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 346-426-5650 or 832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.